So today we'll be taking a look at the latest with Bray Wyatt's non-compete clause coming to an end, Mandy Rose's big title win, and more theories from Alexa Bliss and her big return. Let's start things off with Mandy Rose, the new WWE NXT Women's Champion. Mandy first arrived on the WWE scene during the 2015 edition of WWE Tough Enough. Mandy was just 25 years old at the time with no real prior wrestling experience. She had won all these different fitness contests and competitions, but obviously wasn't coming from the independent wrestling scene. The winners of the 2015 Tough Enough competition went on to do absolutely nothing in the WWE, but it was some of the losers that went on to be WWE stars. Those two losers of the competition that were signed to WWE were Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Two huge stars for WWE that obviously play a big role in current day WWE television. So just to see Mandy's journey and rise to the top is pretty amazing. From coming up short in Tough Enough to signing with WWE, to debuting in NXT as the Golden Goddess, making her main roster debut alongside Paige and Sonya, the storyline with Otis, teaming with Dana, and then going back to NXT. A lot of fans were skeptical of Mandy's return to NXT, but the good thing about it was that she was brought back to NXT clearly with a plan and a story set in stone. She came back to scout talent to join her, found the talent that she loved, formed Toxic Attraction, and now they all hold gold. So from the very second that she returned to NXT, there was a story and direction set in place. That's usually not the case, especially when NXT superstars get called up to the main roster. A lot of them get called up with no plan set in stone for them, and that ends up hurting them real fast. But credit to the NXT crew who clearly had a vision for Mandy from the second that she returned. She found this faction and led them to all this championship gold. The NXT Women's Championship is also Mandy Rose's first ever WWE title. She's never won any WWE championships in all of her years in WWE until now. It was a huge moment for Mandy and WWE. Everyone came out to congratulate Mandy on the grind to the top, from Tough Enough loser to WWE champion. And the great story that it is. Even the WWE tweet about Mandy's title win received over 20,000 likes, and no other NXT tweet even comes close to those numbers. So it was such a big win for Mandy Rose. She looks to now continue the massive success for herself and the rest of Toxic Attraction. The day Bray Wyatt fans have been waiting 3 long months for is finally here. He is officially freed from his WWE non-compete clause. October 29th marks the day that Bray was tied down to his non-compete clause for WWE. It was a long 90 days, it felt like forever, but the day is finally here. Bray Wyatt is officially a free man and can now legally talk to whoever he wants and appear wherever he wants when he so desires. He built up the hype even more by tweeting, 2 days left on October 27th, 2 days before the end of the clause. So telling by the fact that Bray is tweeting this out and reminding everyone about the end of his clause, it does sound like Bray doesn't want to waste any more time. It doesn't seem like a situation where he's just going to sit back for a few months and think about his future. No. He was counting down the days and hours until October 29th. So that's a good indication that he wants to get back to work as soon as possible. As soon as that clock hits midnight on October 29th, he was most likely already making moves and trying to get things done. Doesn't seem like he's wasting any time at all. As far as his next landing spot, we're still pretty much in the same spot we've been at for the past few weeks. Some say Impact Wrestling has the edge over landing him. Some still believe AEW has a chance. Of course, when AEW president Tony Khan was asked about Bray Wyatt a few weeks ago, he said that he's a great guy, but that they've had zero talks about Bray coming to AEW. Fans were skeptical about those comments from Tony Khan because Bray is one of the biggest free agent names out there. Fans find it hard to believe that there's been no exchange of words there. But of course, that interview was before Bray's non-compete expired, so it's very likely that Tony was just avoiding legal troubles. So he denied talking about Bray, even though there's a chance they could have exchanged words behind closed doors. So even though it may not be clear where he's going to end up at in this very moment of time, one thing is for certain, and that's the fact that Bray will be inside some wrestling ring, possibly in the next few weeks here. Whoever signs him will be well aware of all the hype surrounding him, so chances are they'll use him as soon as possible. Everyone knows that Bray has been teasing a new mask, a new character, new persona, and it's going to be all very exciting to see. We made it through the long 3 months wait, and now he can honestly show up somewhere any day now. So keep your eyes out for that because he is finally freed. Alexa Bliss's return is one of the most highly anticipated returns in WWE right now. Last time we saw Alexa Bliss, the character's whole world seemed to come crashing down. Her nearly 14-month time span without being pinned came to an end when Charlotte Flair pinned her cleanly. Not only was the winning streak over, but Charlotte proceeded to break the Lily doll, which really left Alexa Bliss broken and in shambles. Alexa would be written off of WWE television after that title match. Usually inactive talent don't get drafted during the draft, but Alexa was still drafted to Raw, possibly signifying that it's not going to be a very long extended hiatus. The only problem and concern here is, how do you bring Alexa Bliss back, and what will that look like? It's very possible that they could have a plan, but it's also very possible they don't have the slightest idea what to do with her next. Just look at Bray's 2 hiatuses in 2021. We thought something big was coming both times, but they didn't have much planned for him coming off those hiatuses at all. So that's another reality that we may have to face as well, and that's the idea that there could be no solid plans and direction for Alexa's return. The Raw Women's title seems to be locked up with Becky Lynch, and it doesn't appear that she'll be losing the title anytime soon. So if Alexa can't get that title off of Becky Lynch, then what else is there to do? Some fans speculate that WWE could be turning to the Tag Team Championship storyline for Alexa Bliss. Remember that earlier this year, it was reported that WWE allegedly considered making Alexa Bliss and Lily the Women's Tag Team Champions. Yes, Alexa would have won the titles by herself, but technically, a doll would have been one half of the Tag Team Champions. So you can see why that idea was scrapped. If WWE put one of their titles on a doll, it would have been the talk of the town, and just a very weird look for WWE. The beauty with Alexa's return this time around is that there's a lot of possibilities to take her in. Maybe Alexa finds another woman to be her sidekick and be that sorta live version of Lily, and together they go on to win the tag team titles. Putting the tag team titles on Alexa and this new actual Lily would generate a much needed spark in the depleted and deflated women's tag team division. So we'll have to see what they end up doing there with Alexa's WWE return. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.